Alright guys, welcome back. Part 2. I will spend going through these two boxes here. Let me get everything out and organized on the desk and I'll be right back. Alright, the first box was basically Whitman's. All 4 books of the Morgan dollars and very few missing. 2 books of Barbara halves. 2 books of Walking Liberty halves, and a book of peace dollars. Also, some uncirculated Susan B. Anthony's from 79, 80, and 81. I will go through these books, pull out the coins, see what I need for my date set. If there's any key dates or anything, I may send those off to PCGS or NGC to get graded. You give me a moment, let me get these open and I'll show you what I'm looking at. These are Morgan's Book 1 and Book 2. As you see, they're all in very good to relatively good condition. Some good toning in there. And there are some CCs and key dates in there, as well as the third reverse. 7 tail feathers over 8. And third reverse 79S. The 1878 Carson City. The 1882 Carson City. The 1883 Carson City. And the 84 Carson City. Let's go on the next book. When I get these emptied, I'm going to put them in rows of dates, as well as the Morgans that are in this box, and compare them to my checklist for my date set. I'll fill the holes when I get everything organized on the desk. I'll be right back. I had to set the camera to be able to use both hands, but I do like saving these bags that she got collected. The property of the Federal Reserve of New York. It's a pretty cool bag to have. But to see what's in this bag here. I need to pour it out and scar them up. Can't really fit my hands in there, so. Looks like average circulation Walking Liberties. Next set of bags. Looks like Liberties. Something in a sock. And JFKs and Franklins. Let's see. Let me pull these out. These are, I set my glasses down, I can't find them. Give me one moment. Unfortunately, these are in PVC sleeves, but we'll definitely pull them out. 1941 Philadelphia in 1934. Looks like a Philadelphia. 36 and a 39. Can't really see. Denver on the 36. And also 46 is Philadelphia. These will end up in my date set. And in the sock, Franklin's, which I have enough of. I actually have a full set collection. Also, the Kennedy is a 40%, so it's not completely 90% back. Let me pull everything out of this box and get it sorted out. Then we'll go through it to make this video a little shorter. I don't want to bore you with me just slowly going through everything. We'll be back in a little bit. Alright, finally, after emptying out both boxes, quite a bit of stuff. The first box containing the Whitman folders. All the Morgans, mainly just each pile is a different single year and mint. Those right there, or 78 Carson Cities. I'll be checking those for VAMs. Actually, I'll be checking all these for VAMs. That's a mixed pile. That's a mixed pile. And I think that one's a mixed pile. The rest of it are certain years and mints, like I said. All three of those piles are 78 S's, except for this pile in the back, which is 79 S. 90% silver there, mainly junk silver. Pretty worn Barbers back there. A lot of Roosevelts and a lot of 1942 Mercury dimes. I think they were looking for the 2/1. All of that piles up 10 is 40% JFKs, which I'll go through and look for varieties. A nice little mini coin set, which I've been wanting one of those for my collection. More foreign silver. Found some gold pieces. They were in innovative holders, so I can easily take those out without destroying the coin, which they are in circulating condition. A bunch of Ike dollars, not really any special dates or anything. They're just mainly 72, 78s, and 76 bicentennials. Indian head cents from 1897 up to 1907. A roll of Thomas Jefferson presidential dollars, uncirculated, it's a mint roll. 2000 Philadelphia Sacagawea. That will go back in circulation. There's nothing valuable about it. 1967 Canadian Goose Centennial dollar will be going in my collection. 1955 D quarter. That's a date that I need for my date set. And I'll search through all of these for my date set, even though I'm finished with the Ben Franklin's. The Walkers I can search through for my date set. So let me clear most of this off and I'll go through the books here and pull out the coins. Put them in with these coins here and then set them out by date and mint. See if there's anything to fill my date sets. Also, the ones I'm keeping, you can look at the toning on those, and I cut that one because it's near blast white. But I do like the toning on each of those. The 1878 is a S, I believe. No, that one's a Philadelphia. That one's a San Francisco. I believe that one is a Carson City. And this one's just plain out gorgeous. I love the toning on that. Alright, be back in a bit. I really don't have room to spread these out for the mints, especially with those 3 stacks of the 78s. But needless to say, there's 185 silver dollars here. Plus the toners I'm keeping. Plus the dozen or so that I'm putting in my albums to fill the spots. So almost 200 silver dollars alone. There were some CCs. I ended up putting them in my albums. There are some 78 CCs mixed in here. But other than that, a couple of key dates here and there, and I will go through and check for VAMs tomorrow. Right now it's getting later at night and I don't have time to do that now. It's been a long day alone trying to take care of that. So we'll see y'all in the morning. So I pretty much gave up looking on VAMs. Decided just to go with key dates and semi-key dates. For my collection, a 1978 toned 8 tail feathers with the A1A reverse. That's slightly toned. Really great condition. As you can see, there's 8 tail feathers and the parallel fletching on the arrow. And then an 1878 toned 7 tail feather with an 1879 reverse. The parallel fletching on the tail feathers, the not parallel fletching on the arrows is the indication of the 1879. If you look at the top fletching, it is now raised. And the toning on the top of the obverse. Really nice coin, very nice condition, very few scars on it. 1878 seven-tail feather with a 1878 reverse. Again, you tell the 1878 reverse by the fletching on the arrow being parallel to the bottom fletching. In fairly good condition. Very little scarring on the obverse. Next up, an 1878 Carson City, pretty well toned and AU plus condition. We'll start with the reverse. You can see down the bottom the CC for Carson City. Very nice chest on the bird. Very nice obverse. A little bit of scarring on her jaw, but other than that, doing pretty good. Some toning across the bottom from the 9 o'clock to the 3 o'clock position. Next up, sorry about that. An 1878S, toned in BU condition. First off, the reverse at the S at the bottom for San Francisco. Some toning on the reverse. Great condition on the eagle's chest there. The obverse is definitely heavy toned. Great rainbow toning there. Next up is 1878S BU. You see the reverse is in very, very gem condition. And the obverse heavily toned up top with a little bit of a rainbow effect. And then a nice blast white 1883 New Orleans. Sorry. Voice is starting to go a bit. You see the O at the bottom for New Orleans. And how very white this is compared to the toners. A few bag marks on her cheek, but not too bad altogether. Very great detail on the hairline. And then the cap with the cotton flowers. So on to the stuff that may be going up for sale. An 1878 Carson City in very fine condition. (1878) Carson City in extra fine condition. Better detail on the eagle. Less scarring on the Liberty head. A good bit of detail. Another 1878 Carson City in AU condition. You see a lot better luster and a lot more detail. Definitely a lot more detail on the hairline. And then the cap, a little bit of luster left in it. Then we go to the 1879 O, New Orleans, with some toning. The luster is still good and still in good condition. A lot of detail. Toning at the bottom. A lot of detail on the hair and cap. Next up, another 1879 O New Orleans. More in a BU condition. Detail is really good on this, and so is the luster. The 1880 New Orleans. Not exactly a key date, but one of the higher end ones. In very good condition. A lot of detail still left on the eagle's chest and in her hair and cap. Next up, an 1880 San Francisco in the BU condition. A lot of detail left in the chest. Not exactly much luster due to the toning, but still good detail. A little bit of bag chatter on the chin. (1886) San Francisco. Definitely a key. As you can see, a bit of details going out of the chest. This is a U. But a lot of detail left on the front. The uppers. It's in 1892 in Philadelphia. In extra fine condition. A semi-key date. A lot of detail missing, but still valuable in this condition. A bit of luster left and a little bit of a dirt or a scar of some sort. It's not a gouge in the middle, but it's more dirt left behind from something. And a few scars in the cheek. In 1894, New Orleans, about in fine to extra fine condition, another semi-key date. A lot of detail and luster missing, but still a fairly nice coin. Still valuable in this condition. Next up, in 1896 New Orleans. Even though this is not a key or a semi-key, it's still valuable. I'm not exactly sure why they were so valuable, but with 4.9 million, even in this condition, it was still valuable. And actually I had quite a few of those. The next one was in EF plus condition. at about $115 from PCGS. Still detail missing out of the chest. Bit of luster left. Detail of some of the hairline still is missing, but still a little bit of luster left. And we go up from there to a AU negative for $150 according to PCGS. I'm not selling it for that. I'm just the value from where I got my information. Detail missing, a lot more luster. Detail on the hairline's missing, but still a lot more luster. Next up, no better condition, 1896 L, $450 in the AU plus condition. Sorry. A lot more detail left in the chest, a lot more luster than the last ones. A lot more detail on the hair. And then finally, 1903S in a very fine condition, still worth about $250 according to PCGS. And as you can tell, it's not in the greatest condition, but still valuable. A little bit of rainbow toning as well. Alright, so that's it for this week. Next week I'll go into box 3. Looks like there's some ASEs and a bunch of 90% silver. So I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see y'all next week or next video. Thank you.